The fact that this man was following me should have been enough for them to want to look into this situation. Why was he following me? Let me zoom this out, though. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this short, but it won't be sweet. Yesterday, I was the victim of a potential hate crime, or a hate incident. Basically, I was driving, I had my baby sister in the car. I make the signal to turn, and I realize there's a car coming down that lane, and that car is going really, really, really fast, and so I decide to stop. So I didn't end up cutting this person off. If anything, all I did was slow this person down. The person who I almost cut off gets really, really upset and flips me off, one. So this person who I almost cut off gets to the light, decides to get out of their car, turn around at me, and just keeps cussing me out and goes like, gives me these like suck my dick motions, and just, it was just a lot. I had never experienced something like that before. I'm in the car with my baby sister, she's 16, and I'm trying to be a good role model, and I just start laughing because at this point I'm like, this is crazy. So he gets back into his car after he's done throwing his tantrum, and I finally, the turning lane that I was in was moving much slower. So I finally get to my light. He's already at his light, still waiting. Once I get to my light, he throws a bottle at my car, and it hits my car. It was really crazy, and I like, still to this point, nothing like this has ever happened to me before. And we're still laughing at this point because we're like, wow. I laugh in the face of anger. I laugh in the face of hatred. I'm gonna laugh in the face of this because I'm not trying to let this man unsettle me, really and truly, especially not in front of my baby sister. And so I really didn't start to see how serious the situation was until I turned the corner and I realized that this man is following me. And I know that this man is following me because he's in the lane that's supposed to go straight, and he decides to turn instead and follows me. Pulls up to my window, close up, he swerved up close to my window and goes bang, 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 motherfucker. Going like this at me, going like this. That's a threat. I was shook. It was because when he started following me, I was like, why is this man following me? Because you don't know these days who has a gun, what people are willing to do. I know people who have died over parking spots. It's crazy out there. Really and truly, my life was threatened. That's how it feels. It feels like someone was threatening my life at that point and wanted to see me dead for not even cutting them off in traffic. So because of how unsafe I felt, and after sleeping on it, I realized like I need to do something about this. I know exactly where I was. I know exactly around what time it was. It was around 6 p.m. on Friday. I know exactly the avenue, the intersection it was at. And so I don't have his license plate number. Unfortunately, I was just so shook in that moment that I didn't have his license. I didn't decide to take a video or like, because if that man saw that I was starting to record, who knows what the hell he would have done. He might have been excited to see a camera so he could act up even more. Clearly us laughing just made him even more angry. Like who knows? He was clearly irrational. So me thinking that he was clearly irrational, I'm scared, like what if he took down my license plate number? Who knows what this man is capable of? So I sleep on it and wake up with that same exact train of thought, and I decide to call the cops to try to file some type of report, press some type of charges, do something. My train of thought is, I know that the feds are watching. I know that at every intersection there's a camera. I know that for a fact because if I run a red light, the NYPD is going to send me a ticket in the mail with my license plate number zoomed in and knowing to send it to my address because of my license plate number. So I'm thinking like, all right, I don't have the plate. I don't have the car. I can't remember the car really like that. But I know exactly what happened. I know the time and I know the place. And I know that the feds are watching. So I call the police station the next morning as soon as I wake up, really, because that's just the first thing that was on my mind, because I'm traumatized. They basically tell me that I can't do anything. They first off, they're like, well, why didn't you call yesterday? I didn't call yesterday because I was shook, because I was traumatized, because I didn't think about calling you guys until this morning. I didn't take a picture of the license plate because I was so shook in that moment. I didn't think to do these things because of how fast the situation escalated. And you're getting at me, the victim, for not having all the information that you need when you have the technology to find this guy. But you're going to tell me that this situation isn't something that you guys can look at the cameras for? Why? Why? To me, this is a hate crime waiting to happen. Clearly, I have the mental preparation now that if this were to ever happen again, the next time this happens again, I know to take a picture of the license plate or to start recording something. But I don't want this to happen again. Who the hell wants this to happen again? To me, I wish it was really easier to report things like these, because to me, this is just like, yes, I'm physically okay. People die at the hands of civilians, so I wasn't physically hurt. There wasn't like, nothing was like physically violent besides a bottle being thrown at my car. And yes, he was white. Yes, this was a white man. And quite frankly, I'm just tired of white men being able to get away with just absurdity because of stupid bureaucracy, systematic, we can't check the cameras for a situation like this. What is the situation that you could check the cameras for? You guys can check the cameras. And you're telling me that you're not going to, because you're not taking my situation seriously. I'm coming to you and I'm telling you that I don't feel safe. And you're basically telling me to just deal with it. Racism isn't this thing that always needs to end in death for it to be taken seriously. Like, it's just, like, I'm, like, maybe some people are going to watch this and call me a drama queen and be like, Issa, you're all right. Like, who cares about this guy? Just shrug it off. It's in the past, blah, blah, blah. But I am shook, and this is my form of justice. Telling my story to the internet, I guess, to whoever decides to watch it. People complain about the police all the time, but this is a reason why. And it's because they're not helpful when they need to be. You don't want to put in whatever paperwork you need to put in to check the cameras? Come on. This guy was clearly irrational. You're telling me over the phone that everything's said and done now. I should have called yesterday. I have no real information. I have the details and the time and location of what happened. If you check the cameras, you will see exactly everything that I described to you during that frame of time. Within those 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes maybe. And you could check what his license plate number is. White men, in particular, do crazy shit to black people every single day in this country. And you guys aren't going to do anything until the next time? What if the next time he pulls up with a gun to my place of employment? Because that's where I was going. What if that's the next time? That's when I call you? When I'm bleeding on the floor? Like, not to bring it there, but that it could go there. So I just wish that law enforcement was actually helpful before things got too late. I wish that they were not always at the scene after something has already happened. Like, I wish there was more preventative just action.